I looked at one sacred text that I have read every single year for the past decade, the Book of Psalms. Here's a bit of context. That book is an anthology of individual Hebrew psalms with 150 in the Jewish and Western Christian tradition and more in Eastern Christian churches. There are 5 primary categories of psalms. These include hymns, communal laments, royal psalms, individual laments, and individual thanksgiving psalms. The psalms were not written merely as poems, but actually as songs for singing. These psalms were originally sung in temple precincts by the Levites, but are permitted to be randomly read by anyone at any time in any place, including 2021 in Hong Kong. Whenever I read the Psalms, I feel like I'm being invited to participate in a tradition that not only spans the centuries of writers who have lived throughout wars, famines, and injustices, but also in a tradition that spans global traditions of faith and spirituality. Like, think about it. People, right now, in this moment, are reading the Psalms in their bedrooms, in their temples, or even in their prisons. In this current pandemic, reading the Psalms has made me feel even more deeply connected to people when we have physically, mentally, and emotionally extricated ourselves due to, the need for isolation for the pandemic, as well as the political, geographical, and economic climate of our time. So, in 10 days, I painted 150 abstract ink paintings. This was my process. I would read the psalm, meditate on it, underline and jot notes in the real text. It was like a physical, book. And then I would paint it. I would read and then paint, read and paint 150 times. The 7 Feet Scroll. This scroll is a meditation on the entire experience of sacred memories. It sounds kind of meta, I know, but as I've come to this point, I've realized that the creation of sacred memories was not simply about creating 150 paintings. Sacred memories actually was a journey for me post or in the pandemic, both through the Psalms and through the development of my own artistic hand. The first time I fully danced while painting was during this process of creating 150 paintings during 150 meditations. I played music, my body moved, and the paintings just flowed from that place in a very organic and poetic way. Now, I recognize how important that integration is of music, of dance, and of painting, simply because it is a holistic integration, and we are holistic beings. I am more than just someone who paints. I am a human being, and that to me means that I am someone who lives in a state of being, not only doing. It also means that I am someone who struggles, who is reconciling the past to the present, to the future, who dances, who loves music. So while doing this for me is a reflection on my being and my doing, I am also using this scroll as a statement and a reminder to never stop being, to never stop being human, and to never have to prove the need for my own existence. To be human is to acknowledge how I feel, to acknowledge that I doubt, to acknowledge that I can change my mind, and to acknowledge that I can let go, and to acknowledge that I can be angry at injustice, and to acknowledge that I can also be joyful.